Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the shop. This video right here is just stuff I've been doing. Let's head out here to the wrecking yard. I put up a short the other night and I talked about it on my little Wednesday talk video about the little 85 shooting transmission fluid out the dipstick. I worked on it last night. Was not doing it. Got up this morning to leave to go deliver, and guess what? It's doing it again. So I'm just kind of spraying it down now because it went everywhere. Let me turn you around. That stuff, I had the dipstick out of the dipstick out of it. And that stuff, I mean, it sprayed. You can see it right here, all over this, plumb up here to the freaking alternator. I mean, it got it good. And then I noticed I got a freaking leak over here under this power steering pump. I've checked the power steering pump. It ain't leaking, so I don't know where that's coming from. I'm gonna have to take a little bit more research. But right now, we're hosing it down with this. And then I'm gonna show you what I finally came up with. Like I said, I thought I had it last night, so let me spray a little spray up under this truck. Here, hang on a second. Now, if you can see, dude, it was pouring. And all I'm trying to do now is get all this crap off of it. I mean, it covered everything. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm about out of the go-go juice here. Right. Come on. I think you ought to get it. What do you think? But it's, I mean, it's uncovered. Plumb back. See it right there? I mean, it's everywhere under this thing. Whereas it's been doing this a while. Just not enough where I noticed it until the last couple of weeks. So now, we got that. Let's let that soak for a minute. Let me explain to you what I done. Another little $700 four sitting over here out of the truck. It's the one out of the little 84 S10 out here. But here's how all this went. So last night, you see this little vent tube right here? Last night I crawled up under there. This thing was collapsed flat. And I just reached up under and it popped off, and I'm like, okay, well, that's the problem, man. You know, it was just flat and dried up. So now, this morning I get up. That don't work, so I found me a trusty piece of wire. And I just shoved it right down through that. Like so, as far as I could get it. And I was hitting stuff all the way through. So, done that. And fired it up. Everything was good. It quit doing it. Before I done that, you'd pull the dipstick tube, man, and it was way on up the, I mean, you pull the dipstick and it was way on up the dipstick, right? I mean, way up, about halfway up, and it was all sudsy, like, you know, it had a bunch of air in it. So anyway, since I done that, I took it on the drive. It didn't do it. So I'm hoping that's the fix. But if you have that problem, man, it's usually something like that stupid. I had one guy comment that the front seal in the transfer case had went out, right? And the transmission fluid was leaking into the transfer case, and the transfer case is pumping it out the vent on the transfer case. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but if that's what it's doing, then why is it coming out the dipstick tube? And then plus the vent on that transfer case actually goes into a bunch of vacuum lines. So the vacuum is helping pull stuff, you know, the air off that transfer case. So if it was doing that, then this thing would be smoking like a freight train out the tailpipe because the vacuum is, you know, coming through the carburetor, yada, yada, yada. I'd have freaking transmission fluid pumping down through the engine. So I just forgot about that comment. But that does happen. If you got like a newer model, S10 four-wheel drive, there's usually a vent tube that's up in this area somewhere, and it will pump fluid out that vent tube, and you think it's coming out that dipstick, but that's not what it was doing. So there you go. I'm gonna let this sit here a few minutes and we'll hose her off. I think while I'm on here, I'm gonna do a little cold start on the little S10. The fan belt's bad on this thing. It keeps throwing it. I think you can see it right there hanging down. Let me get you closer. Right there. But I'll stick that back on there. We'll cold start this thing. It ain't been raining a while, and it needs to sit there and run for a little bit. It's just gonna throw that fan belt off again. I'm just not gonna rip her up, just let her sit there and idle. So let's let this thing sit here and soak a few minutes. Ooh, yeah, she's sunny out here, warm, but this is the last day of this crap, trust me. It's fixing to get nasty right here. We're talking 50-mile-an-hour gust winds tomorrow, and it's gonna be a mess. And after that, it's gonna get sub-zero temperatures. So I'm trying to get all this done. May even stick some shocks up under the back of the little Blazer while it's warm. But anyway, let's let this stuff sit here for a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, it's been a few minutes. Let's do this. All right. Get in there. Clean all this crap off. Right, I'll get all this cleaned off and it'll freaking do it again. Let's still got tape. Let me hit this little spot over here where it's leaking down in here. I gotta find out. I hate leaks, man. They just mess up your driveway and everything. Plus it ain't good for any rubber stuff on here. Alright. Let me go turn this off. Be right back. Alright. So we got that all cleaned up. Let's start this thing up. Let's see what happens. All right, I've been having a little trouble out of that carburetor. It's like the choke is getting stuck on it, or it's flooding out or whatever, but I don't know. Last time that carburetor was worked on, it was Quick Fuel Technologies, and they rebuilt it in the last few months. Man, it's just been like, and then you finally start. Yeah, I got a blow muffler. Let's go out here and see what's going on. Yeah, she's burning off all this cleaner. We're interested in that, right? Calm her down. I did lean up that choke a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Let's see if we got subs. Nope. Alright. Just pour in her front. And take another look at her. Looks like the darn thing's on fire. Alright. Put her back in her parking spot. There we go. We gotta back up. Up. Right there. let her sit here and run. There you go. I love this little truck, man. I've had this thing forever. I just got to replace some mufflers, man. I let a sparky bands go out on this thing and blew that back muffler on this side. That one ain't far from it. But you can see, if I can get you close, see all them spots? All that is freaking transmission fluid all over this thing. But, you know, oh, I did go ahead and stick the alternator belt back on this thing. We'll cold start that. We'll talk about this in a minute. All right, still nothing coming in. Still no sun. I will check the transmission fluid tomorrow. But there you go. Looks like we kind of got it. So let's see what happens tomorrow, right? Now on to the trash truck. Well, like I said, man, I've been having problems with this. I leaned out the choke. I don't think the choke is the problem. I think there's something going, it's flooding. It could be the power valve leaking. But this thing ain't been messed with in quite a few years. Like I said, last time it was messed with, I took it to Quick Fuel and have them rebuilt it. Man, this thing was a mess when I got it straight out of the box. And ain't done nothing to it since then, so it might be due for a little overhaul. But anyway, that's for another video. Now, let's shut the hood on this and play with the trash truck. Okay, so before we fire this thing up, I've been getting new subscribers and stuff that might not know exactly the trash truck. The trash truck has the 2.8 from hell in it. The reason we call it the trash truck is when I was building this, everybody's 2.8s are trash, this is trash, you know, this is just trash. So we named it the trash truck. See? Trash truck. I got the stickers to prove it. But this little engine, I built the crap out of. And was in this one. Okay? Then, when we got this one, well, when I got this one, the engine had spun a bearing. Number 6 journal. So I was like, okay, what we need to do, since we're going to race this one, we need to take that built engine out of this one. And when I say built, I mean it's got all the go fast goodies in it. So we need to take the engine out of this one, stick it down in here, take that engine, rebuild it as a daily driver, and stick it in that one. And that's what happened. In the meantime, I come across, I had this blower sitting around for a while, right? So I was like, okay, if we're gonna stick this in and go racing, let's stick this blower on here. Got me? I think I got you up to speed. So there you go. Now, like I said, this alternator belt's probably gonna pop back off here. I'm not sure if it's gonna start first crank, third crank, 15th crank, but let's see. I don't have an automatic choke and I don't have the manual choke hooked up on it, but it's always just fired right up. Let's have a look and see. Also, the people I bought it from, they got it from somebody that died in the fire and they didn't have the keys, and instead of popping this off and changing the lock, they just busted it out. So we have our trusty key. Let's see what happens. It's been a while. Oh, we got fuel pump engaged. Let's give her a squirt. It'll take it a minute. There you go. She's gonna die. I'm telling you, I got this thing tuned. Come on. Should go in a minute. Woo! Wow! Come on, auto, baby. She cold. We'll get her though. She's warming up. I think we got a meal. Hot water belt still on. We'll hit her again. Oh, she needs to sit here and run for about 15 minutes. Yeah, they even pulled this out. So I don't know where this water's coming from. We got a leak under the dash. The heater core is not hooked up. So I'm thinking it's probably a vent hole out there that the rubber's missing off of. But we'll let her sit here and run. Yep, there you go. But yeah, that's the trash truck with the 2.8 from hell that everybody says is crap. And that little thing runs about like a, well, this last year we took her to the races and she was in the low 11s, but I need rear end gear, stuff like that. But if any of y'all new people haven't seen that, the whole build is on my channel. I've been trying to put it in a playlist, I just haven't had time. And for all you guys that's out there waiting on me to do a complete video series, I was going to put it all together as a year-end video of, you know, how this came about, because this all happened this last year in 2023. I did not realize I had been working on changing these engines and building engines and all that stuff with that little 84 out there for 3 years. So it's taken me a little time to go back and find pieces we were working on it, because they're intertwined with some other videos while I was working on that 70 CST10 for a buddy of mine and building that thing. So we're having to go back and find pieces, screen record this, that, you know, cut them together. But it's coming. It might be a couple of months, but I'll get it. It'll be a long one, but hopefully it'll be a complete thing from start to finish. But anyway, there you go. I'm just letting the little truck warm up out there and run for about 15 minutes. Shut that down. Hope y'all enjoyed the video of all stuff I'm doing, messing around with, just trying to get things buttoned up right here and fix problems. like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Right? And hope everybody's home safe. Hope everybody's doing well. Watch out for them loose lug nuts. The little Blazer got one. And we'll see y'all in the next one.